We back. We back. Welcome back to another episode of the Relevant Podcast, where relevance is the only thing that matters. I am your host, Rello. This is my co-host, Rob, and we discuss sports, pop culture, and everything in between. So join us as we dive into everything that is
What?
relevant. And what's relevant right now is kind of new to the show. We're going to start diving into retro movie reviews of some of the classic movies that we all know and love. And today's movie is about the 1999 release Life, starring Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence at a time when I think they was in they bag as comedians and actors. What you say?
Yeah, they was on their prime. They was on a they was like D Wade and LeBron teaming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize they was in a movie together before this.
Boomerang.
Boomerang. Yep.
Mhm.
You kind of don't remember Martin Lawrence too much in that movie because he wasn't Martin Lawrence at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is their second movie together. I don't think they haven't had a movie since then, since Life. If I'm not mistaken?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna get right into it. We're just gonna discuss the movie, the plot, and everything that the movie entails. Right. So the plot of 1999 is in 1932. Two strangers are wrongfully convicted. No, they was framed, and wrongly convicted of a murder and get sentenced to life in prison. And the movie takes place, I want to say, from their early 20s all the way to their probably 90s.
Yeah.
First off, when the movie kicks off, it's Eddie Murphy doing his Eddie Murphy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's 1920s or 1930s. He's trying to get into a club, and right off the bat, you know that Eddie Murphy is he's a con. Not I want to say con man. Well, he's a. How would you describe Eddie Murphy in this movie? Eddie Murphy as Ray.
I'm not using the word con man
because he's not a con man per se, right?
Yeah. He's just like I don't know, man.
He's slick.
Yeah, I'm trying to equate it to like today's terms. He's a what do you call those? What do you call those dudes? A scammer.
Schemer. I would say schemer.
Okay.
Always trying to find a way to get by, right? He goes to the club, Spanky's club, and he owes a tab at Spanky's.
Mm-hmm.
And for one, if you owe a tab somewhere and you know you ain't got the moolah, the paper,
nerve.
the cheese,
yeah.
How you gonna have the nerve to show up?
Yeah. Hey, I don't know. That he got some balls on. I don't know. Hey, I wouldn't show my face until I got my money right.
Right. He a skater. So all the while, the same night that Eddie Murphy shows up to the club, Martin Lawrence is Claude is at the club with his girl.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice Claude has a new job that he's about to start on Monday. So he's celebrating with his girl, and from across the room, Ray sees Claude. And from now on, I'm just use Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence because this might be kind of confusing, right? So Eddie Murphy sees Martin Lawrence, and he sees an opportunity to, for lack of a better term, rob somebody.
Yeah. He's a scammer.
He's a scammer. He know he ain't got the money in the club to pay the tab, but he sees Martin Lawrence probably has the money to pay the tab.
Yeah.
So Eddie Murphy goes to the bathroom with Martin Lawrence, and he try to drum up some like fake friendship in order to pickpocket him for his wallet.
Yeah.
Right. He does that. things happen, and Martin Lawrence gets back to the table. He don't got no money to pay for his meal for his lady. Eddie Murphy goes back to one of the club, not the club owner, but like the club manager. He's like, "Hey, about that tab," because he think he got the money in the wallet. Martin Lawrence didn't even have the money.
Yeah.
He was like, "About your tab, we got bigger problems." So Spanky, the club owner, gathers up Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy to the docks, and they essentially about to kill him. So, what else happens? Eddie Murphy, Jesus. Smooth talks, schemes his way into not getting killed. So he's gonna run some moonshine from Mississippi back to New York for Spanky, in order for Spanky not to kill Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. While they're in Mississippi, they get framed for murder, a murder that they didn't commit by Winston Hancock. So that's how they get sentenced to life in prison. First off,
Soundtrack hard though.
Say what?
I said I'm thinking about the soundtrack. Casey and JoJo, live.
Okay, live.
Hey, soundtrack back in the day.
Yeah. This was back at a time where like they still sold soundtracks to movies, and people actually bought them. Yeah. I think Wyclef Jean was the composer for this soundtrack.
One day we got to do a top 10 soundtracks all times.
Ooh, this might be up there. That's
what I'm saying.
Temperature like 100 degrees.
Yeah,
Casey and JoJo, boy.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this movie came out in 1999. What is like some of the cultural impact that you see that this movie had at a time when it came out back in 1999, if any?
Damn, that's a good question. To be honest, I would just be making something up right now. I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is pass it back to you, and you tell me, and then if I can come up with something after that.
I got you. So for one, this movie had so many quotables.
Mm-hmm.
So like, as far as the cultural impact, when this movie came out, you couldn't go anywhere without somebody saying, "You scared. Don't be scared." Like I was 8 at the time. I don't remember anybody saying "Don't be scared" until this movie came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one quotable. You got
I'm the baby's pappy.
That was the very next one. Ida Pappy.
Ida Pappy, yeah.
Ida Pappy. I remember it's gonna be consequences and repercussions.
Yeah. Ray's Boom Boom Room became a quotable.
Right. Ray's Boom Boom Room.
Can't Get Right became something.
But you must be looking at my list right here.
Just as now as you say it, I'm just like, and I seen it as a kid. Right? I don't know. I don't know the last time I seen the movie, but this is all. I probably watched it from. See, now you got me going.
Yep.
So yeah. So like, watched it a long time ago, and what I like about the movie was you could watch it because I watched it as a kid, obviously.
Yeah.
You could watch it as a kid and be entertained, but you can also watch it as an adult, right?
Yeah.
So it was essentially a family movie. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because one of the things is like it's rated R, obviously, and it's a lot of cussing. However, the cussing never alienates the children if they're watching the movie.
Yeah.
Like it's because it's kind of like you at a family reunion, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just people just happen to be cussing, and it's not like gratuitous cussing. Like these dudes got framed for murder and got sentenced to life in prison. There's gonna be a lot of cussing.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't gonna be a lot of this Joker or this. You know what I mean?
Jive turkey.
Yeah, like there ain't gonna be none of that. It's gonna be some real tough talk, and I'm gonna get into like I'm gonna get into like the my personal experience with the story or whatever. But yeah, I mean the quotables in the movie, the cultural impact, and it's kind of odd to say that with all the quotables and all the memorable lines in the movie, it's weird that the movie never made its budget back.
Really?
I was doing some research. It cost about $80 million to make the movie. It only earned 73 million. So it didn't even make its budget back. So it was kind of a flop.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy because it's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Like, I
It's
go like top 10 like funny movies or something like that.
mm-hmm.
To me personally, well, I can't think of a. Maybe you can tell me. Uh, if you were to name like Martin Lawrence's top five movies and Eddie Murphy's top five movies, does that not fall into that top five? As far as
Just
like,
yeah, in general, like if you say you said Martin Lawrence.
it's both of their movies. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I
So
would if you saying like it don't matter if he's teamed up with somebody or not. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a top 5 movie for Martin.
yeah.
And matter of fact, I'm gonna skip down to what I was gonna talk about later. But since we on it right now, to me, this is Martin Lawrence's best acting performance.
Mm.
Like I can't remember or name any other movie where his acting was as superior as it was in life. Unless you can find me something else.
No, because off the top of my head, it's just it's Big Mama's House. It's I'm going with the movies I'm about to start naming.
Yeah,
Other movie he probably would have been acting in is what, Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. Yeah, but like,
Yeah,
but there's no gravity to the performance in those movies.
yeah,
Like when I'm talking about Martin Lawrence in this movie, I'm saying like the scene that kind of put it over the top for me is when it's like they're 12 years in the prison
they get into the
and
art.
they get into the argument, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
get into the argument. It's when how we skipping, but it's when Can't Get Right gets paroled. He gets released to go to the Negro Leagues to play baseball.
Yeah,
And Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, they just knew that they was gonna be able to go with him so they could coach him,
yeah,
right? And then Martin Lawrence performance when he says, "Don't you get it, Ray? They put us in this shithole for life. That mean we
yeah,
gonna die here." Like that line
yeah,
is like that one or two lines right there was his best acting performance of his career in my eyes.
yeah. Yeah, I can't think of nothing. I can't think of nothing else. Yeah, because none of his movies he's actually acted.
Right. He just being Martin Lawrence.
He's been Martin Lawrence, yeah. Which is crazy because he's always playing like the good guy. Like he's always like a good person in every movie that I can think of. Like Bad Boys, he's a good person. Like yeah, I don't know. He's always like taking the moral high ground in most of the movies I've seen.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's always a good guy. I mean, he's a leading man, so he ain't gonna be like.
Well, no, I'm saying like Bad Boys, right? He's the nicer of the two. Like he's like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
Actually, and then in this movie, he's kind of the same way as well. Like, because
yeah.
Ray is the schemer, and then Martin Lawrence is the guy that just kind of got roped. He just kind of fell into this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Eddie Murphy is a schemer, he was Martin Lawrence was the mark that night, and just so happened just because he was the mark that night, they end up in this situation.
Yeah. And I think that's why he was a lot more emotional in the movie than Ray was, because Ray Ray probably figured he was gonna end up in there one day anyway.
Yeah.
Right. And Martin Lawrence like, man, I was trying to live my life right.
Yeah.
And if I had never, if I had never met you, I'd have never ended up in this situation.
Yep. He had a job. He was starting on Monday.
Yeah.
At the bank. Got his girl.
Yeah.
Speaking of girls, the cast of this movie, it's like when you go back and look at this, it's like, damn, he was in it. Yeah, legend. So obviously you got Eddie Murphy and you got Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
But you forget that Bernie Mac is in this movie.
Forget that Bernie Mac was in the movie, but I got you.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
Let you go ahead.
Bernie Mac is in this movie. Fun fact: this is Anthony Anderson's film debut.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's his first movie he has ever been in.
Yeah.
Anthony Anderson plays Cookie, I think his name was. He's Cookie, right? He's the cook.
Okay, yeah.
Anthony Anderson is the cook. Guy Torry, comedian Guy Torry. I don't know if you know who that is.
I know who Guy Torry is. Yeah, he was on a little streak, and then like he was climbing, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what he doing.
He probably just figured like he's kind of one of them guys like I'm best suited for stand up.
Yeah,
like, this is my joint right here, stand up. Bokeem Woodbine is in it. If you don't know his name, you know the dude's face. He the dude that looked like Dave Chappelle if Dave Chappelle was buff.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it. Can't Get Right. Yeah,
Can't Get Right. Yeah, he's been in a lot of hood movies.
Yeah, he's the hood.
Hey, we got a hood movie. We need a crazy dude. Hey, go get Bokeem.
Thug one.
He did a pretty good job as Can't Get Right too. Like he sold a, I don't want to call him. He was off. He on the spectrum.
Yeah, no, they had. I'm looking at it right now. Sanaa Lathan.
That's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
Sanaa Lathan. She played Martin Lawrence's almost fiance or girl, whatever you want to call her.
Shit, they had Heavy D.
Heavy D. Yep. Skippity doobity.
I gotta go back and look for this. Rick James.
So Rick James is unrecognizable in this movie. He plays Spanky.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know he was in this movie.
He's Spanky. He's the reason, like, kind of the reason that Eddie and Martin went down to Mississippi. They was getting his booze from Mississippi.
Yeah, they had some people in here. This is a nice cast.
Yeah.
And then you got some white people in here that I don't even know who they are. They might be big now.
Yeah, it's cool.
Who is Ned Vaughn?
Ned Vaughn?
Yes, see.
What was his role?
Ned Vaughn I think he was a sheriff. Young sheriff. Oh,
no, I don't know. I ain't seen him too much. You talking about that's the dude that they that framed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember him too much.
He's been in some movies though. And TV shows.
Okay. Only guy I remember is the guy at the end, the guy they worked for at the end. Like right before they went to the infirmary.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Ned Beatty. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Got you. Okay. Ned Beatty. Oh, see. Oh. And Willie Long.
That sounds like a black dude.
Yeah, that's who's in here.
Oh, who's Willie Long? Who he played?
No, his name Oba
Babatunde.
Yeah,
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I bet he was in How High. He was the dean, and Dean Kane.
Oba Babatunde.
Yeah, bro, black to the motherfucker, ain't
he? What?
Like
I had no idea what this dude's name was.
Yeah, you see his name on a call sheet, like you know that's a black dude about to walk in.
But he's been in so many movies and TV shows. That's crazy. Like everything.
Oba Babatunde, boy, you can't fail with Oba Babatunde.
Bruh, like I'm looking. I'm on this. What's this?
IMDb.
He in everything.
Name it. He just
since like, bruh.
You know who he remind me of as far as like acting credits? Like you say, he's everything. He remind me of Clifton Powell, Pinky from Friday.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Everything. This dude been acting since '86 to present.
Yeah, he ain't stopped.
And ain't aged.
Look the same.
Yeah, he on SWAT right now with I think that's LL. No, that's not LL Cool J.
Shamar Moore.
Moore, yeah.
The other light skinned pretty dude.
The other light skinned bald head dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically. And that's crazy. Over Baba. Now I know his name. Now every time I see him, like, man, it's over
Like,
Baba.
man, you don't know Oba Babatunde? You don't know Oba?
Oh man, you could have, man. You could have been like a million, $2 million.
I,
Name this actor.
hey, name this actor or I'm gonna shoot you and your mama. Oh damn.
Now I
Ronald
know.
Starling.
Over Baba Tunde. Yeah.
All right. What do you? So the movie. Let's go. I'm gonna skip right down to like the personal experience I got with this movie. Right. First watching it when I first saw the movie. Right. You see Eddie Murphy. You see Martin Lawrence. You're like, oh, this movie about to be funny as hell,
Mm-hmm.
and it is. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
as an 8-year-old, when I first saw it, I'm like, yo, this movie's hilarious. Boom, boom, boom. But growing up over the years, as I watched the movie, I didn't realize, and probably everybody else realized as well, like this movie is the most palatable tragedy that I've seen thus far. Right. And when I say palatable, I mean like easily digestible, right? It's easy to watch
Yeah.
as a tragedy. Because usually tragedies and like usually like super drama heavy and crying and somebody dying at the end. But like when you think about the movie, like these dudes were wrongly convicted. No, not wrongly. They were wrong. They were framed and then convicted of a murder that they didn't commit and sentenced to life in prison. And you think like, oh, maybe they're gonna get out at some point before it's too late. But no, you remember like the name of the movie is Life.
Yeah.
They're not getting out, and they don't get out until it's too late. Essentially, they're like in their 90s by the time they get out of prison, and they had to escape.
Yeah.
So it's not like they were let out; they had to escape. So to me, like it's kind of a sad, not even kind of like it is a sad movie when you kind of think about it. When you take these two young black men and then they just get thrown into prison for life, and their whole life is just thrown away, essentially.
Yeah. No, when you put it like that, I remember watching it. I remember like laughing, but I also remember like feeling sad
Mm-hmm.
while watching the movie. Um, and they, I like the fact that they were able to, like you said, make it palatable, make it funny, but also like tell a story that, although it wasn't a true story, it was a true story.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time, and
Yeah,
happened and happens.
yeah, it happens all the time, right? And nobody like really pays attention to it. That we like know of or anything like that. But the fact that they were kind of, and I'm sure they did that purposely. Like let's do this movie. Let's kind of bring awareness to the situation, so that maybe start a conversation. So, uh, but I mean that's Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, man. They legends. They goats.
Yeah,
Like goats. Like Mount Rushmore's. So
I got a question.
yeah.
Seeing as how we both love this movie, right? It's
Mm.
how it kind of affected us and how we think about it. Do you think, since it is a comedy and since it is such a, I would dare to say drama, tragedy, does this movie have a remake in it, right? Does this movie warrant a remake, or can it stand alone? Given the fact that it earned so little at the box office, but yet it is remembered as if it was a huge smash hit.
Um, I don't think there's a remake in it. No, I don't think it's a remake in it because to me it's just you gotta leave that thing alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just gotta leave it alone because I'm like looking it up right now. Like we were talking about lines. You gonna eat your cornbread?
Oh yes. We didn't
You
even,
know?
that's the most memorable and famous line from the movie. We forgot about
Yeah, yeah. You gonna eat your cornbread? The other one, the upper room, right?
it.
The upper room, right? It's a classic. Only thing I could probably see them doing is you know how they do little spin-off TV shows.
Okay.
I could see something like that.
Like where they would cover the time periods where they didn't show in the movie.
Yeah,
Because
so it would be
like when they got in, they skipped 12 years, so like we could see
yeah,
what happened in those 12 years.
yeah, something like that. So I could see like a TV show where they do a little TV show and it's just like and they just da 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 da, da, right. And then they start making like different characters from it. But
Mm-hmm.
outside of that, yeah, no, you can't touch this movie, man. What you think?
I think I like your TV show idea, right? But
Yeah.
I wouldn't make uh Claude and Ray the main characters, right?
Yeah.
I would make a side character, like we could see their experiences of seeing Claude and Ray, because like
Yeah.
essentially like when Claude and Ray get to the prison, they're the life of the prison, like they're the heartbeat or the soul of the prison. Because like it's
Mhm.
like before they get there, it's just like people just depressed and just they ain't got no hope. But
Yeah.
like when you get when Ray and Claude get there, Ray and Claude they're the most polished human beings that are
Mhm.
there, right? So like the very first day on the job or on the job, right? They get the break and they're like, "Hey man, he's like, when any of y'all new dudes can read?" He was like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
none of y'all. He's like none of y'all can read. Like yeah, the last dude that can read, he made parole about 6 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so like if you just make a TV show about like how others were impacted by Claude and Ray being there.
Hmm.
That's how I kind of would do the TV show, because I wouldn't mess with Claude and Ray. Like their story's already been told.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I can see that.
Um, this is kind of heavy. Just first look on like your first impressions watching it, and then on your rewatch. I don't know if you rewatched it or not, but
I done rewatched.
I'm pretty sure you've seen it 100,000 times anyway.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But what do you think the overall theme and message of the movie is? Because I got my thoughts.
I would say just off the top of my head, shooting from the hip, like never give up.
Okay.
Like never stop fighting for like just never stop, never give up, never stop. Because they could have, you got framed,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? But neither one of them ever gave up. They kept trying, and kept trying to find a way till eventually they got out. So that's kind of that's what I kind of took from the movie.
Okay.
And they really didn't let the situation or prison change them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they remained who they were through all of it. So, yeah.
Okay. I got it. I'm kind of with you right there. But my thing, I think the overall theme and the message of the movie is friendship saves lives or can save lives,
Mhm.
right? Because like imagine Claude and Ray never meet each other, but yet they like one of them still gets framed for murder, and they get sentenced to life in prison. I think they killed themselves, right? Because
Mhm.
Eddie Murphy, he had a line, he had a speech in the movie where he talked about his dad, and he said, "My dad ended up in a place like this." Something like that. He's like, "My dad ended up in a place like this, and he lost hope and he hung himself."
Yeah.
And then Martin Lawrence says, "Well, you probably just a chip off the old block," and that's probably true
Yeah.
if he never meets Claude.
Yeah.
So by them meeting, they form this reluctant friendship that keeps them going. Like you said, like they never give up because they have the other one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
And then when you think about it, the scene where Miguel A. Nunez, the gay dude on the movie, Biscuit.
Yeah.
The scene where Biscuit gets his walking papers, and he shows Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy's like, "Why you look so sad?" He's like, "I can't go back home like this, right?
Yeah.
They know me here, but I can't go over there like this, right?" And I think the difference between, say Biscuit gets his walking papers and Jenga Leg get their walking papers.
Yeah.
Does Biscuit essentially kill himself because he's getting released?
Yeah.
I think not, because he's getting released with somebody that has a shared experience with him. Because Jenga Leg gay too, right?
Yeah.
So they both get released and they both go into the world together. And they have this shared experience of being in jail, and now they're both outside as two black gay men trying to navigate life, essentially outside of prison. But when you think about Claude and Ray, Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, they get thrown in jail together, and now they have a shared experience. They both been framed for murder they didn't commit, and now they're keeping each other going.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of look at it.
I see it. Yeah.
Friendship saves lives.
Friendship saves lives. As I'm looking at a thing of the Fun House with Kid and Play.
The Fun House.
I don't know. It's probably a new podcast.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. They had Chill on there on the episode I saw.
Who?
Chill. Chill Mitchell from he was in House Party.
One of the bullies?
No. He had the hat. He was like, "Hey kid, show me that move that y'all was doing." Blah blah blah.
Oh no, man! I have to look at.
Man, you know what I'm talking. Anyway, Anyway, what do you think this movie gets remembered for, or is remembered for?
I would say all the lines. I see you talking about Chill Mitchell, but yeah, I would say all the lines, man. Like we talked about earlier. You gonna eat your cornbread, jang-a-lang. I forgot. I had to add that one in. I don't know if that's a quote, but
Jaggle. Oh yeah, that's a quote.
Right. Yeah, all of that, man. Just all the lines that are still used today, right? You probably can find a kid right now that'd be like, I know you ain't never seen life, but you gonna eat your cornbread, right? So yeah, all that, man. So
okay, yeah, I'm there with you. Like you said before, I think it goes down as one of Martin Lawrence's better films that he's put out, because he got a lot of duds, man. But I think this one kind of solidifies him as a legitimate actor, right? Even though he's never put in a performance like this before this and after this, but at least he got one in there.
I'm gonna look at his movies, man. I feel like he's something more.
I'm not selling him short. Like, just to be honest, like his movies aren't that great. Aside from Bad Boys, aside from Life, like he can't. I love Blue Streak. Blue Streak is dope.
Wait. Love. What's that? Thin line between love and hate.
Thin love. Okay, that's nice. I like that.
That's really it. He ain't got no other. Everything else is just. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, it's okay. Like everybody can't be Eddie. You know what I mean?
Death at a Funeral. He did that with Chris Rock. That wasn't bad.
It was okay. It's not memorable. Like if I told you, name a movie that came out with Martin Lawrence, and when that movie came out, 2010.
Yeah.
If I asked you, hey, name a movie that came out in 2010 starring Martin Lawrence, you wouldn't be able to name that.
I couldn't be able to name nothing.
Exactly.
Nobody. That's, that's just me. I'm looking at it. So if I'm going through his movies, as far as like acting, I can probably go Thin Line Between Love and Hate,
Hmm.
Life, Bad Boys, and then Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, and Death at a Funeral.
I like Roscoe Jenkins.
Yeah, so those would be it. But like you got to also throw in the TV show.
Okay.
So when you throw in a TV show, he ain't like we always talk about. He ain't Eddie. He ain't Richard.
Mm-mm.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you throw in a TV show, like who's
Yeah, not too many people got a long lasting TV show like that, or a
yeah,
TV show that has an
name
impact like his.
name a comedian with a better TV show, a better sitcom. If that's considered a sitcom, right?
Yeah, it's a sitcom.
Name a if we're going black comedian, name a black comedian
Black
that
comedian with
got a better TV show than Martin. You can't.
um. Let me see.
You can't.
Does Anthony Anderson count as a comedian? He did stand up for a little bit. Because I'm thinking about Blackish.
Yeah, I would. Is Blackish his or Blackish somebody else? I feel like Martin was Martin. Like
Blackish is his. I mean, just his name ain't his name ain't the title of the show, but that's his show.
The only person I could think, I would say I don't consider Anthony Anderson a comedian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stand
Only
up
other
comedian.
person I could probably say is Bernie.
Okay, but but his show is not as. But to your point, his show is not as impactful as Martin. Or
Yeah. Bernie Mac show was a good show.
yeah, it's good.
Steve, like so, I'm like Martin. What's better show, Martin or Steve Harvey show?
Mm. So now we're getting into. I love both of. You know what? I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be frank.
Yeah.
Well, who I'm gonna be? But anyway, if you frank, who I'm gonna be? Anyway, I'm gonna be frank. Steve Harvey, the Steve Harvey show, is more rewatchable than Martin.
Okay.
Because let's think about it. Like that, the first 3 seasons of Martin, top notch. But them last 2, nah. The last 2 don't do it for me.
Okay.
But I think Steve Harvey show is a little bit more rewatchable than Martin. However, Martin is more memorable because of the characters and the things that he does on the show.
Yeah.
Like
right.
Like as a show, I think the Steve Harvey show is a better show. Like a lot of shows are better than Martin, but Martin is more memorable. Like it has more. It's
I know what you're saying.
You know
like
what I mean?
The scene with the dog, and then right.
No,
Steve Harvey ain't got nothing like that.
Yeah,
it's a good show. Don't give me like Steve Harvey show, the Wayne show, Jamie Foxx show.
Yeah,
right. But I'm saying like I be forgetting Jamie Foxx too. Like when you throw him in there, like with the comedy, with the show, with the movies, like he tough too. I feel like he be getting like overlooked as a comedian as well.
His show is dope. His show is dope. I just rewatched that whole show like a couple months ago.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
Right? But no, as far, I mean, we could go back and forth with all of this all day, but
we got time.
No, I feel like I'm just now when I start putting Jamie Foxx in my head, I'm like,
because like
he might go on Mount Rushmore now.
So to me, like the best Martin comparison, not comparison, but like as far as like when I say Martin has the most memorable moments, right? Because he has these characters and he has these big moments, but there's a lot of lapses in the show where that doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
So like to me, like the most memorable like gag in the show is when they went to Chilligan's Island, and they had the little messed up hotel room, but then and then Gina was sitting on the side of the bed. She's like, I think there's a puppy over there, and then it was like the little fake rat monster,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
and then Mark had to fight the monster.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that was funny, like, and then he fought it, and then Gina was like, "Oh my god, it's so sexy how you was fighting the monster." And then it's funny at the end of the show, him and Pam had to like double team and tag
Yeah,
team the
yeah,
fucking monster.
yeah,
Like he has better moments, but a lot of other shows are better all around shows.
yeah. If I go body of work, I think Martin is after Eddie. I think we had this before. Body of work after Eddie, I can throw Martin up in there as far as comedians go.
What about? Okay, well, yeah, he don't got the movies though.
Cool.
Chappelle,
Yeah, he ain't got no
he ain't got
movies.
no movies.
Yeah,
Like it's hard, man. Eddie set the bar so high to me. Like Eddie set the bar so high as far as movies, stand up, but he don't got shows.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? That's what when I go whole body of work, I'm like, But I feel like Eddie's movies, like I don't need the show.
Nah, yeah, yeah.
I don't even need them. Cause yeah, if I look at Eddie Murphy movies,
You'll
man,
be here. Yeah, you definitely gonna be here all day.
yeah, he got yeah, yeah. Beverly Hills Cop, 48 Hours,
Beverly
The
Cop one.
Golden Child. Forgot about that. Harlem Nights, Coming to America. Even though I like this movie still, Vampire in Brooklyn.
That movie's so goofy.
Yeah, Doctor Doolittle, Holy
Nice.
Man, Nutty Professor.
Holy
Forgot
man
about
is
those.
holy man is garbage.
Yeah, yeah.
He got some duds though.
Daddy Daycare is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Being a donkey in Shrek. Uh, oh yes,
Did you say Nutty Professor?
yeah.
Oh, I'm about to say
Norbit.
Norbert. That shit goofy as hell.
But I'm just saying, like his body of work as far as movies go. Man, come on, man.
Yeah.
And I know this not even showing me all these movies. Forgot he was in what was that movie? Dreamgirls. He killed it in that movie.
Yeah, he got an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You know why he didn't? You know why he didn't win?
Because he black. No, I'm just playing wild.
Because Norbit.
For real?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, here it is right here, Dreamgirls. Yeah. Yeah. Eddie Murphy body of work as far as movies goes, and then his stand-ups. I don't think he need a show.
No. He had shit. He had already like by the time the '90s even hit, he was already like legendary status.
Mm-hmm.
So everything else is just icing on the cake. It's just like I don't need all this. It's
Yeah, I
like
think.
he's like Eddie Murphy's like I'm not saying like, but like it's like Steph right now, right? Like Steph Curry just got a gold medal, but that was just like you didn't really need it,
Yeah.
but it was nice to have. Like everything
Yeah.
after everything like 95 and all for Eddie, it's like icing on the cake, man. He was already established.
Yeah, you're right. Because he put out Coming to America, did his comedy, had Beverly Hills Cop, had Harlem Nights, had Boomerang, and then after that, Nutty Professor. It was Life.
I think we need to talk about Nutty Professor for the next one, probably.
Okay.
I got thoughts about Nutty Professor.
Okay, I love to eat these.
Nah, it ain't nothing bad. I just got thoughts. Anyway, back to life, right?
Back to life.
Back to life. Where do you think had Claude and Ray not gotten framed for murder, where do you think they end up?
Claude ended up probably married with a nice job, grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Ray ended up in jail.
Right.
Ray was in jail. Or
At
dead.
some point.
Dead or in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the two.
And like that's part of the not the problem, but yeah, that's the problem Claude has with Ray, probably his whole life. He
Mm-hmm.
sees exactly that. He sees in Ray like you were gonna be here no matter what.
Yeah.
I was gonna be married with kids, a good job that start on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and you f that up.
Yeah.
You f that up, and then, and like I said before, like that reluctant friendship kind of kept him alive too, even though it ruined his life.
Yeah, he ruined my life. I mean, I'd have been. Yeah, I don't know.
Can you be? Can you like? Let me ask you this: could you stay friends with a dude for 90 years?
No,
That had you in this situation?
no. I'd have fought him every day.
Every day.
Every day we fight. One of us got to go. What Charlie Murphy say? I forget what he says. It's somebody did. So he said you had to slap him back in the day. They slap you with a glove. And we got a duel. Somebody got to go. I challenge you to a duel.
Yeah.
One of us got to go, man. No, I can't. I couldn't do it.
Can't do it.
No. We fight every fucking day. Every day. For real. No. What the kids say nowadays? No cap.
No cap.
No cap. No teasy.
Was it just off GP? That's what they say too?
Mm-hmm. Something I don't know, man.
Oh, we forgot about nigga pie.
I'm not hip. Yeah. I forget. I remember nigga pies. I don't. White pies only.
How much it take to turn those white only pies into nigga pies?
Nigga pies.
How about I turn y'all into nigga pie? You said about 35 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the things I love about this movie, like you can tell how much they ad lib.
Yeah.
Like you can tell like a lot of what they say isn't on paper.
Yeah. They just out there having fun.
Like I said, like this is the most in they bag like Eddie and Martin has been I've seen in their careers.
Yeah, and then they had, I mean, the cast they had with them is like, I know all of them. Like, I don't know them, but I'm like, oh, I know. Like Nunez, what's his name? The whatever.
Miguel A. Nunez Jr.
Yeah, man, he legit.
Yeah, Joanna Man.
Joanna Man. He had the show. What Sparks and Sparks? I don't know if you remember that show. It was him, Terrence Howard, and Uncle Phil.
They play like brothers and shit.
Yeah, they was brothers, and then it was a lawyer, Sparks and Sparks.
Oh, they were yeah, damn, yeah. I remember that shit lasted like 5 episodes or something like that.
Oh, no, it was like 2 seasons, man. I like that show.
It was on UPN, wasn't it?
Had to know.
Because if it was a black show in the 90s, it was on UPN.
Yeah, UPN was the man.
That was Moesha, Malcolm and Daddy.
Yeah, we should talk about that one day. Like they use, I forget what UPN used to be, but they basically took UPN, made a whole bunch of black shows, got the show big, and then changed it to something else.
So UPN, history lesson. So UPN merged with the WB to make the CW.
Yeah.
So now they make all these like white teen drama shows.
Well, I'm glad you finished it off for me.
Yeah,
but
that's what they do. Like I'm not like like
you said it. I did.
Like who's watching this? Like
yeah.
Like oh my god, such a hard life being a young white teenager in Southern California in a rich neighborhood. Like come on, man, how many times we gotta watch this? Like
yeah. Well, they got their own issues, man. You know, it's so hard being able to. I can go to the doctor.
They got their issues, but we've seen it.
Yeah.
like for years. Like, come on, man. There's other stories to tell, and that's the reason I don't watch. Never mind. That's off.
Yes, that's gotta get you going.
Yeah, don't get me going. But yeah, UPN was nice. Malcolm and Eddie was on there.
Oh yeah. That was a good show.
Yeah, we should start talking about like underrated shows. But yeah, I think that is.
Yeah, you can't have it all, man. What is this show? Go ahead. I'm my fault, man. I'm
I'm trying to.
They had a show called Grown Ups with
Yeah. I was so. Hey, there was a. They like on YouTube, right? They got like this channel, like they show like random old sitcoms, and that was on there. And I watched a couple episodes on YouTube, and it wasn't bad.
Damn, man, I forgot LL Cool J show In the House.
Oh, that was dope. I like that show.
Good show. 5 seasons, man.
Mm-hmm. The show didn't make no damn sense though, but yeah. You remember what that show was about?
No.
So In the House starred LL Cool J and Debbie Allen, right? So Debbie Allen had 2 kids in Los Angeles, and she had just got divorced, and she was looking for a place to stay. So she rented this place. She rented a house from Marion, played by LL Cool J. However, she didn't know that LL Cool J was going to still live in the house while they was there.
Mm.
And that was kind of the premise of the show. And then
kind of like the boss.
Who's the boss? Yeah, right. Yeah, Black Who's the Boss.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, me, I'm the boss. But what's weird about the show is after the first season, this is the dumbest shit. Like, I don't understand this. Debbie Allen, the mother of the kids, decided to leave, but she left her oldest daughter to live there. Makes no sense. That's Maya Campbell, yeah. And she stayed on the show. Like, that makes no sense. Like, who's gonna leave their daughter with this dude that she just met?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, her daughter looked like a grown woman.
Yeah. Yeah, she's yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. But the show is not great. I mean, it's
it had 5 seasons. It was doing something.
It's a good show, but it makes no sense.
Yeah. I wouldn't even have noticed that.
Yeah. I was all into them shows. Anyway, back to life again.
Yeah, back to life.
Back to life. On our movie rating scale, so we got lottery, playoff, contender, championship, dynasty. Where does life rank for you? And
for
why?
me, let me see. I'm gonna do something real quick.
Okay, do something real quick.
I'm gonna go Eddie Murphy movies, and I'm gonna rank it in my eyes amongst his movies.
Okay.
He got good. Yeah. So I'll look at all.
It's kind of unfair for this. That's kind of unfair for life, though.
Not to me.
Okay.
So, and I'm just going off of, okay, if I take life, then I'm like, okay, which movie would I want to watch? If you're like, hey, you get to watch, which Eddie Murphy movie are you going to watch first? And then which one would you watch next? And what would you watch after that? For me,
like, you only get 3 Eddie Murphy movies to watch.
No, I got to watch them in order, but I don't know when I have to stop watching them. So which one do I want to see the most? Which one do I want to see? Now, it might be 10 movies, but which one do I want to see the work? Like, I want to see this one first.
Okay.
I'm looking. It's gonna be life. My number one. It's a champion. It's a champion.
It's not a dynasty.
It's a dynasty for me. It's so if I'm looking at all his movies outside of Coming to America, Coming to America probably beat it. All right, it falls. So it's a champion. Okay. Coming to America tough, right? So outside of Coming to America, like I can put Life up there with Harlem Nights. I can put it up there with Boomerang.
Okay.
My eyes, because I think those are his like top movies to me. Coming to America, Harlem Nights, Boomerang. Everything after that is kind of like,
okay.
Yeah, I think Life is up there in his top 5 movies. So I'm gonna make it a champion.
Okay, but it's not a dynasty though, because you put.
No, it's not a dynasty. Coming to America.
Okay.
That's a dynasty.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that one got some stuff in it.
Yeah.
What is this, Velvet?
What is this, Velvet? Oh, there you go. Every time somebody talk about boxing, they always got to bring up Rocky Marciano.
Yeah. And I think that movie, when he played all those different characters, I think that's something that inspired like a whole bunch of obviously my man, he's the GOAT. Richard Pryor did
Okay.
all the different kind of people as well. But I think like Eddie Murphy brought that to like modern day and just kind of just took it to another level.
Hmm.
And then therefore inspiring people like, Martin Lawrence and Dave Chappelle and whomever to kind of go
Okay.
down that road.
Okay. So amongst Eddie Murphy's movies, it's number 2 for you. Is that what you're saying?
It can be 2 through 5.
Okay. So whatever day, depending on the day, it's gonna be 2 through
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. 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 So with that being said, where does it rank amongst Martin Lawrence's films?
It's number one. You ain't got nothing better than that. Unless I go Bad Boys. So I can go number 2 for him, Bad Boys, insert Bad Boys franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still number 2.
Yeah.
So it's on number 2 for 2 through 5 for Eddie, and then 2 solid for Martin.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
What you thinking?
I think so. I'm judging the movie in a vacuum, right? Like it's just this movie and nothing else, right? Like say I've never heard of Eddie Murphy, I've never heard of Martin Lawrence, and somebody just presented this movie to me. It's a dynasty movie because I'm not comparing it to nothing else. I'm comparing it to itself.
Oh, if you're gonna do it like that, yeah, I'm right there with you. Then, like, it's a good movie.
Yeah,
I can go back and watch it right now and be like I never seen it.
like yeah, like a chick taking her top off in front of you. You just
Yeah. Look at this.
Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. But yeah, to me, it's a dynasty movie, man. Like as far off the strength, off, like I could just make a case like just off of quotables.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dynasty movie.
Yeah.
Like, and then not even to get into like what I explained about like the themes of the movie that I kind of took from it. That's on a deeper level. Like I had to watch that movie like 100,000 times before I realized, like, well, not realized, but kind of came to my conclusion of what I think the overall theme and message of the movie is.
Mm-hmm.
So just all strength of quotables, like, and the story is coherent. Like it makes sense. The movie makes sense. It ain't just a bunch of stuff happening.
Yeah.
Like everything has a purpose, right? And then the ad libs that the actors do don't take away from the movie. The ad libs make sense.
Yeah.
Like you can tell whatever was on the paper, they was just like, hey, here's the situation. Y'all go.
Yeah. Go do y'all thing.
Go do y'all thing.
Yeah.
And they ran with they got the ball, didn't fumble it, ran it all the way down to the end zone. No fumbling.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that they could have did to make the movie better.
To me, it's on like on perfect movie status to me. Like I don't like what is a flaw of this movie? Like I can't think of one.
I can't think of it. Yeah. Funny. It was a good story. It was told.
Right.
It took you on an emotional roller coaster. You had highs, you had lows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Like to me, like the only other perfect movie I could think is Get Out.
Mm.
Like to me, Get Out is a perfect movie. Like there's no flaws to me. I probably have to go rewatch it, but
yeah.
But to me, like Life is a perfect film for me. So that's why.
Me, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
That is another perfect movie.
Yeah.
And the second one is damn near perfect too. It's just too damn long.
Yeah.
Long as hell. For a cartoon, that shit long as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like those are 3 perfect movies. And you know what those have in common? They got black leads.
Oh, geez, here you go. You have somebody in the comments talking about, I'm trying to think of a white movie. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Robin Williams' performance and oh God, we're gonna talk about Nutty Professor next, bro.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about Nutty Professor next. because now that you mentioned Doubtfire, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I gotta talk. Anyway, Life is a Dynasty movie to me. Flawless, perfect, no flaws. That's it. You got anything else for the people?
I got nothing else. We got next time. We got to do a rating of Flubber or something. No, I just want to. I'm just looking at. I just looked at Robert Williams movie. Shout out to Robert Williams. Love Robert Williams.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Man, great guy.
All right, there you have it. Thanks for joining us on the Rellovent Podcast Retro Movie Review Edition. And until next time, be easy. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, even though all those comments be kind of negative, but we'll take it too. It don't matter.
I was thinking about being Rashad McCants today.
Just
everything you say, just argue.
Just contrarian.
Yeah. I was like, no, I ain't gonna go down that road.
All right, there you have it. We'll see y'all next time, people.